Yeah, hey everybody, welcome back to day 2. Oh, okay. Beth says she just purchased it. Hey Janet and Bernie and Deanna. Oh my gosh, you and your poor little foot. I'm sorry you're gonna have to go to the doctor. I just read that. Hey Joni. Did you play with it yet, Joni? Let's see. Bernie said she only put one file into Silhouette and Cricut, but cut, not cut or drew. Oh, Bernie's waiting for her print adapters too for her portrait. Yeah, okay. All right, so here we are. And I didn't do much of anything. The girls, Tammy and Stephanie, had more time, I guess. I don't know. Hey, I was busy getting fairy hair. I guess you guys probably can't really see it, but my friends and I are going out with our husbands for Valentine's Day. And so we all got that sparkly old lady junk in our hair. I don't know if you can see those sparklies. But anyway, so that's what I was busy doing instead of playing with these while they were playing with them. I'll show you what I did though. If you look down here at my tabletop, all I did was to cut out some of these, and I can show you too how you're able to fill in letters really easily like this, whether you're using them with your Cricut machine or your Silhouette machine. So I just used different types of fill. Let's see if that'll focus. Kinda. They're little line. Those are little horizontal lines. And then this was just this one. Then I just did a few more of them. And that's pretty much all I was playing with, was just doing these and adding some more hearts to them and filling in the letters. But wait till you see what Tammy and Stephanie have done in a bit. Let's go back up to here. So which of you would like to start first? Oh, what size pen? Oh, yeah. Bernie, were you the one that asked that? Oh, for my Cricut, put the top back. For my Cricut, I use these pens. Let's see, does it tell you? No, it's too blurry. They are 1.0 medium point ones. The medium point for Cricut. And then somebody else asked in the comments on yesterday's YouTube, what was the size of the Jelly Roll pen? And it's a point, I mean, it's a 0.8 for my Jelly Roll pen. So there's that. And then if I was going to use the ones, straight for the Silhouette, where I wouldn't have to use all of those adapters, they have these pens here too that would fit right in, as far as I remember. Okay, so let's see. Okay, that was you, huh, Bernie? Okay. All right. Who would like to go first? Probably Stephanie. I have a feeling.
Okay. Well, I had a real think about the different things that we could do with these nesting dies, and I came up with a few ideas. The first one, I thought you could use, I used the rectangle and subtracted the center out of it, and then I did the same with the circle nesting dies and overlapped them, and when I finally got a design that I was quite happy with, I welded them, and so that would work brilliantly as a background for a card. It would work as a stencil, and now I was just practicing to see what it would be like if I paper pieced it. So which I think actually would be, I think it would be quite good. So you could use that on a background as well, just sort of piecing the pieces in.
So if you all aren't sure how she got those circles cut out so that there's just a little ring, let me know, or we'll be showing you something like that soon. But Beth says, fabulous idea, and I agree. She does come up with some really good ideas. Deanna said, I like that, Stephanie, good idea. Yeah.
So that was the first one. The second one, I once made this quite a while ago. We did it for the children's charity, Cards for Kids, and I made a little purse for a little girl. And this was really easy to make with these. I used the rectangle with the scallop, and then the octagonal one, I did 2 layers, and then just punched holes in, and it made a little card that looks like a little purse or a handbag that we call it for a little girl.
Right. Cute.
That was very easy to put together. And then I don't know whether Tammy wants to show her card before I do anything else, or
Go ahead.
I think she said go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. Well, I decided to make a card, but this was what I was. PattyAnne set me off yesterday because I thought it was brilliant the way she'd done the hearts and she'd actually drawn them. And my silhouette, I haven't got a pen adapter yet. So I decided this one I would have to do on my Cricut. And what I did, I've got a Versa marker, the sticky ink that you use with embossing powder. I've got a pen. So I wrapped masking tape around it so it would actually stick in the machine so that I could draw it. And then I put embossing powder on it. So I don't know if I put it up to the light, whether you will be able to see. Yeah, you can see.
Mm-hmm.
And I used embossing powder to go over the top of it. And this is going to go inside my card as a pop-up. But when I've done it, you stick it together, all of them, you fold them in half and just stick it together just a little bit at the top, probably about that much, so that when you actually put it in your card, it will stretch out. But when I'd done it, I was showing Tammy and PattyAnne before, if you glued just the top of the last one and bring it down like that, it actually would make really quite a nice flower.
Ha!
That is awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
But I'm going to put it in my card after and I'll show you. And then I'll show you my card, and then that's everything that I've done. And I think PattyAnne's going to show you how I did it. I did an inverted nesting instead of doing a layering nesting.
And you're going to talk me through it.
Yeah. So what I did, this is the card base, and I haven't made the card completely, but I've stuck this on and then done it this way. So this isn't stuck on for a reason yet. So instead of doing layers on top of each other, I've done layers behind each other so that you end up with the largest die first and then going smaller. And the reason I haven't stuck it on yet is because, and I haven't done this yet, I then got the nesting banners as well, which the reason it's not stuck on is once I've printed a sentiment on here, this nesting banner will fit inside there like that. And then on the side of it, there will be a little flower, which will go onto there like that. And then I've just done some leaves and they'll fit inside. Something like that when it's finished.
That's beautiful. And then show them how the hearts will go inside.
And then I'll show you how the hearts will go. And what I'll do while Tammy's showing you is I will stick the hearts in, and then you'll see. So it said you could make a flower out of it, but what will happen when you open it up, this I will be sticking inside. It sticks on one side and the other, so that when you open the card up, and I will glue it, and then it'll have time to set, so I can show you. So when the card's opened, the hearts will be like that in the center of it. Whoops. So it'll all close up and it'll have the hearts inside.
Nice. Love it.
Okay. So that's my homework done.
Okay, so now what we're going to do, bye, Deanna. Best of luck to you.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'll go to share my silhouette screen, right? And you're going to walk me through so they can see how to make those nesting ones. Okay.
Okay.
Screen application. Okay, can you see it?
I can, yes.
Okay, so this is the one that we worked on earlier, and I'll just group this thing together. We were just making sure that I could kind of follow directions. All right, so I know, first of all, what Stephanie told me to do was, well, I'll go to File and Merge, and then I'll have a second one. I'm going to get the scallop squares and just say, okay. So now I'll have 2 sets of those, and that's all I need, right, Steph?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, now you can tell me what to do.
Okay, so you want if we went in numbers and called them 1, 2, 3, 4 is probably the easiest, with 1 being the largest one.
Okay.
You want number 1, the largest one.
All right.
And number 3.
So this one would be number 2, and I want number 3.
Yeah, and then you can move the others to one side.
Together and move them over here. Bring these back on my mat, and now center them, right?
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty.
When you've centered them, select both of them. and go into the subtract panel and subtract.
Okay, so it's this one over here with the rectangle and the little circle, and I'll say subtract. Okay.
And before you move anything, group, because once you've done that, the stitch lines become detached from the rest of the card. So if you right click.
So you can see I can move it by itself, which is what we don't want. So I'm going to grab those both again, and I think I can just center them, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So just right click and group. Okay.
Okay. So you can put that to one side because that is your top panel.
Should I color it?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Pale pink.
Okay, a pale pink. I'm going to come over to this one over here and get a pale pink. Okay. All right.
Now you're going to get them again, and this time, so that one was 1 and 3. This time you're going to get 2 and 4.
So if I already took away 1 and 3, this one must be 2. Oh, I've got to ungroup them first. Yep. This one must be 2, right? Whoops.
Yep.
2. And 3 is gone, so this must be 4.
4.
Okay.
Do the same.
And I could have just counted over here, you guys. 1, 2, and grab this one out. 3, 4, and grab that one out. But I'm going to go ahead and center these again. Okay.
And again, subtract.
Okay. Come over here and subtract.
And then regroup.
Okay. Right click and group.
Turn
to what color?
Darker pink? A darker pink, yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's not pink. I don't like these pinks. Let me go to get that one first. Well, that's fine. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And the reason for that is because if you think you've missed one out, so it gives you a wide enough border so that when you get the second one and the fourth one, that means that it will stick behind it without you seeing it.
I wish we could see you and this at the same time, but I guess we'll have you show this again at the end.
Okay.
Unless maybe you guys can see both. I can't. All I can see is my big silhouette screen. But, okay. So anyway, now what?
So those are the 2 pieces you can put to one side. And then if you just click on the biggest one, the light pink one, and just see what size it is.
It's 5.3.
Okay. Well, you want to make it about another one. So if you take it off the other set or any of them, because you want to make one that's actually slightly bigger than the largest one you've got. So that is the benefit of it. It's not a case of you the only one you've got. You can make it however big you want. Okay. So if that's 5.3, I would just look at 5.5 or 5.55. It just needs to be that little bit bigger so that when it fits behind. Oh, but that one won't do, Patty. But you need a full one.
A full one.
Because that's got a hole in. That's got a hole in the middle.
Want that one? Okay, so I'll come over here and get the big one again.
That's it. Yeah.
Change its size to 5.55. You said no. Did you say 5.5?
5.55, and just let's have a look how that is, or it could be 6.5. Now, yes. So put that one on top of it and see, and you need it to be a nice little border the whole way around it.
Does that look good or not big enough?
Yeah, perhaps a tiny bit bigger. Maybe go 5.75 and see.
Okay.
And then center that and have a look. And that looks to have quite a nice border around it.
Okay.
Brilliant. Right, so you can take your pink one away for the minute now. And what you're going to do is look, and I'm not quite sure, I think it might be next to the smallest one or third one in. And before you do that, put it in front of the smaller of your 2 pink ones you've just done so you can see the gap.
Oh, put this one here?
Yeah, just for now. And then get the one that's going to cut out, and let's just have a look at them and see, because it's sort of by eye. That looks quite nice, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can move your pink one now and do exactly the same. Center them. and subtract.
Okay.
And then regroup it again, yeah.
Okay.
And if you've got a nice patterny paper, because I know you did that earlier on when we were doing it, because it looked really pretty with a patterned paper.
You could put a pattern paper in here if you wanted.
That's really pretty.
I like that.
Yeah, I think that looks really nice. I think that'll blend really nice with it.
Okay.
And then you can layer them on top of each other now. So it's the deeper pink one first.
First on
Yeah.
top.
No. Go take them back off now. So it's the biggest one that's the last one to go. So that one's there. Sorry, that one's there, the spotty one. The spotty one's first. Yeah. And then the smaller of the two, which is the deep pink one, goes on first. Yeah, that's it. And then your larger one goes on top because it's a reverse.
So this to the top.
Yes.
The front. Okay.
That's it. So now you've got a reverse nest.
Wow, nice.
And then the next thing you're going to do, so that's the actual card base. The next thing you're going to do is get the banners.
Okay, file and merge because I want to bring them onto the same page. Not this banner right here, I believe it was. So I'll say, okay, yes, that's it. And I got to move them all off of there.
Yeah, it wasn't the really tiny one. I think it was the next two.
Okay, that would be this one and this one then.
I think so, or just try one of the other ones, the next one. But I think that's probably it. Yeah. So yeah, that's the one.
Okay. So that's the one that's going to go underneath.
Yes.
Of this section, right where that green ball is, right there. This is a slide right underneath there, and then that's going to be I don't know what color.
That's
and then
that's your top layer then to go on top of it. Yeah.
This one will be the one that goes on top that has the sentiment. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah. So you could actually, for your bottom one, you could maybe look at that pattern might look really pretty, and then the lighter of the pinks for the top one. It just...
So you guys know to get the pattern, instead of having to come way back over here and search for it, click on this, get this eyedropper down here, which is the transfer properties dropper. Click on that, and then click on this, and it grab those properties and put them in right there. If you don't want them smaller like that, of course, you can come over here then and go to advanced, click on pattern and go to advanced and scale it up if you want to make them bigger or smaller, whatever you like. So, and then this one would just go on top of that.
I would go with the lighter pink one as well. I think that would look nice.
We'll make it light pink. Okay, so let me,
layer.
Yeah, I could click this again. And if I don't want to go over here again, I could go to the properties dropper and get the lighter pink color like that. So I know it matches perfectly. Is that correct?
That's it.
Sweet. Okay, I'm going to stop the sharing. So you can go back maybe and show us again yours right there.
The only difference mine was I hadn't, it was only when we looked at it, I was just doing the silver and going to have white behind it. And then when you did that, I thought that pattern paper is really pretty, and I wanted it to match the one that was put in inside. Nice. So this is the one that is made bigger than the ones that we've got in the nesting.
Okay.
I just wanted to make it bigger so that it fit on the card and it more or less covered it. And then these are the two. The top one is the largest one. So it was number 1, and then we cut number 3 out of it.
Right.
The next layer was number 2 and number 4. So that when you lay it, what would be number 3, the edge of number 3, if you will, it's allowing you to cover it up. So by going 1 to 3, this one is 2, so it allows it to fit between. And because it's 4, it's coming out further, so you've got that layer. So that when you put it on, you've got an inverted layer. Instead of laying it one on top of the other, it's you're looking into it. And then this, like you just did, was the banner. And I've done it in silver so it matches the back
Right.
And I've done the pale pink to match that. And that just tucks inside there. And what I have actually done, which I always tend to do, is go like that so that it bows it a little bit, so it's not completely straight. So when you actually put it in, you've got a nice, can you see it raises up a little bit?
Yeah.
So I would glue that down with glue under there, but on this side I would put little, you know, these little sticky tab things.
Yes.
Not too deep a one, but so that it just lets it raise up a little bit.
Right.
And then to say with me, I'm putting flowers and leaves on, but you could put a butterfly, you could put a star, you could put a heart, you could really put what you want, and say I haven't done the sentiment yet. So
Right. Beautiful. So we have some questions for you. Did you, so that, let's see, let's go back up here. Are the hearts glued with glue or with sticky dots?
glue.
Okay.
I find that sticky dots don't stick for long enough. You need a wet glue. If you do it that way, that when you actually come to pull it out, they really are strong. It will stay.
Okay. And Joni says, this is better than an Anna Griffin kit. She wants to know, did you use the PNG or the SVG? We used the SVG.
SVG, yes. Yeah.
Definitely. Hey, Jessie. Jessie said hello. Let's see. And Beth wanted to know, this is great. In Cricut, would we use slice?
No, and I'll tell you why. I'm glad actually Beth said that. I went into Cricut and I took the nest. The one that I was going to use, the size, this one, I'd put an offset on it before I took it into Cricut, so that I knew that I could draw the pattern and just cut around the offset. But at the same time, I took in the whole nesting dies with me as well. When I tried to slice to separate it, it wouldn't let me. And then it dawned on me, it's because it wasn't just one die, it's a few, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. So would you recommend then doing it in Silhouette Business Edition and saving it as an SVG and just opening it up then in
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you could have used it straight from there, but because if you were just going to use it for cutting, it wouldn't be a problem because they all come separate. You can ungroup them in Cricut. Right. But because I wanted to put an offset on it,
right,
I couldn't do that. I had to do it in Silhouette and then take it over. But I ended up, this was on my mat that I'd done the offset on, and the rest of the nesting dies were there. So I just automatically took them all over, and then it wouldn't let me separate them.
Right. Yeah.
But if you were wanting the offset, you'd have to do it in Silhouette Business first. But other than that, it would go straight into Cricut and it would cut out.
Right. Okay. And now there was a few. Let's see if there was any others. I think I forgot to tell Karen hello from South Africa, way back there. I noticed her saying. Let's see. Were there any other questions that I missed? Okay, I don't think so. If I've missed any, let me know or type it in there again. Does anybody else have any other questions for Stephanie? Oh. Okay. Well, Tammy, are you ready to show what you've been able to come up with? I love these things. I don't know about you guys. I hope you're going to get them, if you have the extra $5, because Tammy, what were we figuring if you were to get just one set of the die things?
Some cost around $30 if you get nesting dies.
Yeah.
You can find them a little cheaper on Amazon, but you're not sure if they're going to be good quality or not. And
I just remembered somebody else asked me on the YouTube channel questions, can you do just like the die cuts? Like you can, because I cut little slits here instead of using the drawing tool this time. So you can have little slits that actually look like little stitches. So, you got what for $2.50 on the 4th? They were on sale for $2.50? Oh my gosh, we missed that sale.
It's worth $5 to me.
Bernie said, well, I'm afraid to answer this. Wait, let me see what it says. I know it is deemed rude but in another channel I'm in, they ask people to put questions in capital letters so they don't get messed. Oh, I see. Yeah, I was scared to read that for just a second, Bernie, because I was like, uh-oh, not to be rude, but yes, you're right. That's a good idea. We don't get that many things flying by, though, like Melody Lane does. You know, we're not that chatty. But they just, but anyway, yeah. Okay, so let's see. Let me get rid of that. Oh, I'm glad that wasn't rude, Bernie. All right, stop my camera. And Tammy, we're going to spotlight you now if you're ready.
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
All righty, we're ready for you.
Alrighty. I didn't do as much.
Let's see. Wait, what happened here? Something happened here.
Let me stop my camera as well.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
I played around with them, you know, making frames, just drawing. And one tip I have for you, if you're using a jelly roll pen or a pen that's real juicy, slow the speed down if you're on Silhouette. And I don't know how you would do it on Cricut, but if it goes real fast, you'll get little loops like that. Because
move it over to your right. And Joni has asked if you could talk a little bit louder or maybe closer to your mic. I don't know.
Okay. So if you're going to do it with a jelly roll pen or a pen that's, you know, real juicy,
Right.
Slow the speed down Silhouette. Because at the end, it always makes the last marks the bottom and the top, and it will cause it to have too much ink.
Yeah. And that didn't happen on mine. And I'm thinking that maybe my pen is not as new or juicy, like we say, as yours was, because I didn't have that problem, knock on wood, thankfully. But that's a good suggestion, Tammy, to slow it down.
So this is just a heart. I don't know if you can see it, but
You got to go to your right and towards your legs of your thing. Put it down lower. There you go. We can see it. Yay! Oh, that's
stitches.
yeah. No, we can't see the stitches.
So I
Can
just
y'all?
cut them out instead of draw. It's hard on camera, but I see it really well in person.
Oh, I see it every once in a while, whichever way it flashes, we can see them. The little oh, there I saw it.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Every once in a while, right? Yep.
And one thing I noticed too, when you change the size, and you can make these things any size you want. When you change the size, sometimes you'll need to go in with these stitches and make them a little smaller and then center them so they'll be on the center of your design.
Oh, right. Depending on the look you're going for, yeah.
So then I made the circle, and I made it huge so you could possibly see the stitches. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just a big old circle. And then I played with a bunch of different hearts to see what I could come up with.
Let's see that blue heart once it's in your left hand. I think I could see stitches in it. In your left?
You see them?
Yes, we see them. I see them.
Yeah, no, yes, I can now.
Yes.
Leg down slightly, yeah.
Right. Yep. Can see them.
And
Cool.
so I made the fastest card I've ever made, because life gets in the way sometimes and you don't have a lot of time. So we were talking about it's kind of masculine.
I love this card, and she keeps trying to make excuses for it. And what should I put in the black circle hearts? And I think they're perfect, just like they are.
It's beautiful.
I know.
And of course, the magnet's not going to open now that I'm got it. So you open up each one.
That is so adorable.
It's gorgeous. Beautiful.
So,
Sweetie pie. That is so cute.
Then, of course, the last one, Be Mine.
Be Mine, yes. Beth says, I love that card, Tammy. See?
It's fabulous.
Just gorge, Bernie said.
Just stuck this in there, but
Just stuck that in there for now. Love Tammy. Oh, cute. Yes, I think it's adorable. So how did you go about making the hearts on the front? Did you just...
I just took the hearts that are in the stitch set, and I mirrored one on top, and then welded it, brought it down a little bit and welded it together to make the card, make it have the fold.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just resized each one after that. The black, I resized it. And I had it draw. And another thing too that I didn't realize you could do, you can actually print something and it will still print one of these hearts, you know, if you wanted to make it out of a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you bring it back, of course, you can still do your stitches and everything.
Oh, yeah. So Joni was asking, could you add a picture to each heart if you were dying to have something on each heart?
Yeah, you can put whatever you want to on there.
Right. And then, Kathy says, that card is so beautiful, Tammy. See? I think this looks really classy and rich. I just really like it. Show them the other thing that you were going to use, like we got the idea from Linda.
Oh, the little...
Yes.
Let me get them.
These are the things, Joni, these are the things we showed you the other day, remember? And you're like, you girls.
I found these on Amazon. They're so cute. And you just put your ribbon through there and make a bow.
Yeah, right? Oh, yeah. I love those. Linda's the queen of those things.
You get 100 of them for like $7. So,
yeah. And let's see. Patty said she bought hers last night. She was thinking about a Big Shot just for the stitching dies. $5 is way better, right? And then Janet says, Tammy, where'd you get the magnets?
I actually got them from Amazon too. I'll give them to Patty and she can put them in her store.
Yeah, I'll put them in the Amazon store. If you go to that Amazon link, I just have craft supplies or something.
They're real. They
come in. Like. Show us again. I had to.
Pieces, and they're 8mm by 1mm. They're real small. They just come in this little pack. And
Joni said, ha 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 about, oh, look at them. That's just weird looking. They look like metal something. I don't know. Let's see. Bernie says, sometimes we have to step away from our own thoughts and accept what others see, that others see things differently. Yeah. And accept the thanks. Yes, because it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yep, I agree. All right, any of you guys have any ideas of what you're going to be making with your fancy cutting things? I didn't even look to see all the shapes yet that are available. That's too busy.
Another thing, this is actually a slimline nesting. Have them. I didn't have to resize it. I just had to go get it. This is in the nesting things, the slimline, for a slimline card.
Right. And so you guys understand, right, with silhouette, how to like cut out the middle part if you just want to frame. Did you need me to show that, or does everybody understand how to do that? We gotta wait a minute. There's a lag. So I guess that's it. Stephanie, did you have any other little tips?
The only thing is I've glued my hearts in now, if you want to see them.
Oh, yeah.
They should be okay now. So obviously the front will have to have the card on, but when the recipient opens it.
Oh, how cute is that? I love it.
Black hearts inside it.
Right. Are those berries on your
cherries?
Cherries. Oh, okay.
Cherries, yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. So Beth said, just show one more time. I'm up for seeing anyone doing something in case there's an easier way of doing things. Oh, I don't know if I know an easier way, but this is the way that Stephanie and I do it. So I'll show you that. Let's see, share screen, application. Where is my, gotta open it again. Hang on. There we go. Okay. So here we are. I think you can see that we're back in Silhouette. And I'll just go to a new page and go to File. And I'll just say Open. Which one shall I open? Scallop. I don't know. I'll just do the oval. So I'll just say double click on that to open it. So there we have a whole slew of those ovals. And if I wanted to make one that was a frame that was going to maybe fit on an A2 size card, so what I could do maybe is just draw out the box that would be the front of my card. And we know that would be 5.5 inches tall by, is it 4.25, right? to 5 inches wide. That would be the front of my card. And if I wanted to put something framed on the front of it, I could grab some of these, and I'm going to change the color of this to make it lighter. And I'm going to right click on it and say send it to the back. Then I can just bring this one over here. And I actually could just cut this right out of this rectangle if I wanted to. But if I wanted a frame of a circle that's going to go on something, I can just choose how wide I would like it to be. And if I would like my frame to be about that wide, I can move this box. And I just have this box here for reference for size. Could move this out of the way, center these, and while they're both selected, come over here to the modify panel and just say subtract. And then I can change the color of that one if I'd like to a darker color. And then I would have a frame that I could cut out that would have a stitched line around it that I could put on the front of my card just like that. Does that make sense? Or does anybody else have any other questions about that? Okay, looks like we're good there. Okay. You're welcome, Beth. Hey, Nedra, how are you? All right. Anybody else have? You're welcome, Bernie. Thank you for coming. If no one else has any questions, I guess we'll end it here. And hope y'all will go out and have fun with these die cutting things, and put some pictures on our Facebook group if you're in Facebook. And again, if you're not, you can always email them to us at teampattyAnne@gmail.com, and we could get them, and we could post them somewhere, either our Patreon group or the Facebook group or both, that kind of thing. So don't forget now, this Sunday, isn't it this Sunday, y'all, the Digi Club girls at 3 p.m.?
Yes.
Is it this Sunday? Yeah. Oh, so they'll be showing some more things. And if you like these videos, please be sure to subscribe, share, subscribe, and hit the bell. And what else we have here? Oh, the nesting dies. The link, if you don't have them, they're listed below the video. And that's about it. So let's see. We got any more? Nope. You're welcome, Kathy. Thank you. And thanks, Janet. All right. I guess that's about it. Maybe paper piecing would be good to know how to do another day. You mean like what Stephanie was showing with her circles up here? Is that what you mean, Bernie? Here's what Bernie said. She said, maybe paper piecing would be good to know. Is that what you called it?
This is paper piecing, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So do you have a question about it that we could talk about real quick, Bernie? Or because I think that's really cool looking too. Get rid of this. Let's see, banners. And Stephanie, can you tell us one last time how you did that?
I just got a rectangle and got the next size down rather than 2 sizes down, and did exactly the same as we did for the inverted nesting, and I subtracted it, so I just had a frame. And then I brought the circles in, the circle nesting dies, and did exactly the same, one inside the other, and subtracted, so I was just left with the actual circle with no centering. And to be honest with you then, once I'd done that, I actually just resized them as I was doing it rather than doing it with every one. You know,
that's a good idea.
I duplicated a few of them and then made them smaller and larger, put them inside the frame so that they were touching, because obviously if they're not touched, if something isn't touching somewhere, you would just end up pulling the frame off and this would stay where it was. So they had to be attached so that and I just overlapped them until I looked at it and I thought, well, I quite like that pattern. Once I'd got it like that, I selected them all, right-clicked and welded. So it welded them all together. And then when I actually took it off then, all the pieces that were left, which is paper piecing, all the pieces that have cut out, you can then colour and put back in. Or you could cut it out again more than once in different colours. So if you cut it out exactly the same, you could take pieces of pattern paper from different ones, so you could make 2 or 3.
Oh,
You know, because obviously if you cut it out exactly the same, the pieces that are left are going to be exactly the same.
What a great, that's another fine time-saving tip. If you just cut it out of different colors, that's cool.
And then you could just use pattern paper or a mixture of pattern paper and color in them.
Nice. And I like that look, the bubbly look. To me, it just looks peaceful, calming or something.
But you could do it with the hearts as well. And there's also a postage stamp one in there that I bet would look quite nice as well.
Right.
And you know, the cards you made for the class, you could actually use the circles and make it with that. That'd be pretty, like stained glass.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. I gotta go make the circle, and that's what I'm gonna do here. I gotta go make that one. Cute.
I love that. And you can use it for a stencil.
Yeah, that went, yeah.
How would you use it as a stencil?
You could just lay it on top of your card and then use your inks, and if you put that on top of the card or paper, and then you sort of blend your inks through it, once you lift it off, all where the white lines are from the cardstock would be white.
Would it be really hard to keep it from flopping up though and tearing?
No, I have some, it's called stencil glue, and you just dab a bit on and it holds it in place, and then when you finish you just pull it off. It's just a temporary, in fact it's a temporary adhesive that you can use for retacking your mats as well.
And so I suppose a spray glue would work just as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can also buy those folder dividers and cut it out of that, and then you could use it over.
Yeah, so you could use it more times than.
Oh, and Joni says you could do the acetate coloring, like the stained glass look that you did, Stephanie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Good idea.
And I was thinking vellum would probably look nice on the back of it as well, wouldn't it? So if you got sort of like a vellum.
And that can almost look pretty too. You know how they make those lanterns where they have those little lights inside that you use with batteries or whatever?
Yeah.
Vellum on there, and that'd be kind of cute too, depending on what you cut out.
Mm-hmm.
I just like those circles for some reason. I just love them. Okay. Anybody else have any suggestions or ideas? Yeah, so many options, Joni. Right. Yeah. So what are the chicks working on this weekend? What is your the theme? What is the little guy that you have?
Squirrel.
A squirrel. Going to join us and see what they do with the little squirrels on Sunday. Just be careful with that Gorilla Glue spray. LOL. Oh, yeah, right? Yeah, squirrels. That's right, Bernie.
I'm in here.
Yeah. Okay, I guess that's it. Anybody, unless someone else has anything else. Otherwise, we're out of here. Thank you very, very much, Stephanie and Tammy, for all your expertise and willingness to play with me.
And thank you, everybody, for watching us.
Yes. All right. Thumbs up, everyone. Give the girls a thumbs up. Thanks again. Yes. Be sure to hit the like thing, Pat. Bye, everybody.
Bye.